Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Sinke. I am the Chief Business Officer here at Bittrex Global and the host of our video AMA today, an Ask Me Anything session with Cosplay Token. And with Cosplay Token, we are featuring Ito, the um, head of Cosplay's marketing department, as well as Matt, the global account manager at Cosplay. So thank you both for joining us today. And we're excited about the partnership. We're excited about the listing, and I think we're excited to learn more about the COT token. That's COT token that's live and trading today on Bittrex Global.
Great. Thank you so much for having us. Matt, thanks for
Thank
the
you.
intro.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
Hi.
let's get started. Hi, Ito, and we have sourced a number of questions from our community as well as the global or the broader crypto community, I should say, which is global. And so we've got a lot of questions to dig into. But before we do that, it's kind of a tradition on this show where we ask our guests about their origin story. So I'd love to hear from you, Ito, first, and then you, Matt, about how you guys got into crypto, when you bought your first Bitcoin, what led you to get involved with cosplay, and yeah, how you moved from the industry you were in before to where you're at now.
Okay. Hi, Chris. Thank you. A bit about my origin story, I guess, is that I'm actually very, very new to crypto. So I have this really fresh sense of everything I see here is very new to me. So I'm always amazed by everything that's happening. And also about cosplay, I'm also very new. This is like actually my first time in doing cosplay, but I'm very enjoying my time. So yeah, I hope you guys have fun as well. Nice talking with you today.
Great. My name is Matt. I have been in this industry since 2018. I started working in an incubator in Japan, and I was receiving Bitcoin for as you know for my salary since 2018. So that was when it was around Bitcoin was around $3,000. Um, it was a very sad time for a lot of crypto users, but at least I got more Bitcoin in salary, so that was a good point. I've been working in the GameFi sector and with Cosplay Token since last year. After I came back from Tulum, Mexico, where a lot of crypto people were spending their vacation, and I've been working with them as a global account manager, communicating with uh, outside KOLs to market the COT token as best as possible. Very excited about this project. I'm very enthusiastic about cosplay as well. So I'm really excited to talk about talk about the COT token with you here today. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for the background story, the origin story. I think for me is one of the most interesting things. And even if you're brand new to crypto, that's exciting. It's like overwhelming, right? Drinking from the
Yeah.
fire hose in this industry. It just feels like how is all of this stuff happening all at the same time? I remember when I
Mm-hmm.
when I joined back in 2017 full time, and I've been in and out of the industry on a personal level since 2014, but even as to this day, it still feels like there's so much new information coming at me every day. It's almost overwhelming. So
Too fast.
good luck, yeah, and welcome to crypto. So let's talk
Thank
a
you.
little bit about the cosplay token. I think we'd love to learn more information about the story behind the name. I can see that you are dressed up, and I'm wondering if that might have something to do with the name. Maybe not. So I'll leave with you.
Yeah, so I guess it is almost impossible to speak about a project, about speaking without speaking about cosplay itself. So most of you may be unfamiliar with the concept or culture. So I think I'll start with the brief introduction to the world of cosplay. So cosplay, as defined in the dictionary, is the practice of dressing up as a character from a film, book or video game like I'm doing right now. And the term was actually coined in Japan in the 1980s. And it usually has a strong association with like the Japanese manga and anime culture. And ever since the term was introduced, it has actually really become a significant aspect of pop culture, mainly in East Asia, but also in the Western world. And today you can find like really many events and conventions like worldwide that are like dedicated just to cosplay. And there you can find like cosplayers and their fans. What they do is they gather to do things like photo shoots and live events and etc. And even if you don't go to these events, you can really easily like find like have a taste of what cosplay is like by, just going through Google and looking for cosplay photos. Or if you happen to like have a favorite character from an anime, for example, you can surely find someone that like already does a cosplay of the character. So that was a little bit about cosplay, but I guess I'll go on to explain how that has anything to do with our project. So for our project, as many of you may know, DAO is a hot topic in crypto. So it is a new form of community, a new way for people really to interact with crypto. And we believe that this new form of community can be applied actually to the cosplay community. And the reason why we think this way is that the practice of social tipping is actually already well established in the cosplay industry. And we find that it has a high synergy with the token economics. And the idea of cosplay is also has a great fit with NFTs as well. So even though the vision that the DAOs are going for is already sort of there in the cosplay industry, the cosplay community actually really has yet to officially adopt the crypto technology. So we thought that this really is a good space for improvement and innovation. And also, just to add that we have already been operating a social media called Word Cosplay, and this service already has over 1 million users from over 180 countries. And if you think that every one of these users like started to use crypto, I think that will be a breaking change.
And then looking forward now, can you tell us a little bit about the Cosplay Tokens roadmap?
Yes.
I guess also as part of this question, I'd love to know what you guys have accomplished the last year and what you plan to work on over the next year and beyond.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, I actually wanted to mention that the beta version of our brand new app will launch like soon, like very soon. So please tune in because we'll be doing things like bug bounty, where you can get compensation for like reporting bugs in the beta version of our app. And I'll talk a little bit about our app. But this app is essentially a really innovative cosplay platform. It serves for both the cosplayers and their fans. And our app offers this unique social tipping service where cosplay fans they can support their favorite cosplayers using our COT, the Cosplay Token. And what they get is that they will be able to get NFTs from the cosplayers in return. And that is like the basic mechanism of our new service, and that is like the most hottest, I guess, thing that is ongoing on the roadmap right now. But I guess for the longer term, I guess for the next year, we will be mainly working on really sophisticating the features of this app, really to respond to a larger demand and also to really reach out to a greater number of users worldwide. And if we think more in the long term, maybe like the 5 to 10 years, we are actually going for like a metaverse like vision because essentially, cosplay is very close to having an avatar on metaverse, like a clone of yourself. And if users can really enjoy, having different identities by dressing up differently, and I think that would be really cool. Yeah, so I guess that would be our roadmap for now.
Fantastic. And the next question I have on my list that we have received from our community is around road like blocks that you've faced. So what was the biggest hurdle you saw in the development of the project, and how do you see your team positioning your project in the blockchain space? See, it sounds to me like what you're doing is unique, but I don't know if you have any competition in the cosplay world.
We actually don't exactly have like direct competitions in the cosplay world. The industry is quite big, but the pie that we're going for is actually not as competitive. But I guess the biggest hurdle that we face really will be like the classic problem of introducing crypto technology to non-crypto native users. So I'm sure like many other services, like including MetaMask, is also tackling this issue. But we really strive to create this user interface, the user experience that even cosplay fans who have like never been exposed to crypto can still use, like without feeling unsafe or intimidated. And we really feel that if we can achieve this goal, then that will be a very innovative thing, regardless of what industry we are talking about. So, to answer your question about our positioning in the blockchain space, so we do wish to provide this service that solves the problems surrounding cosplays and cosplayers, but also really try to lower the barrier of exposing people oneself to crypto.
Yeah, to add, I just want to say that we were very excited because we see an influx of these people who are non-crypto natives, who receive tips. These cosplayers who receive tips in ERCOT token are willing to actually learn for the first time how to use MetaMask, how to use exchanges such as yours to actually exchange our ERCOT tokens to different crypto, or actually explore some other tokens as well. So we have very passionate fans who tip our ERCOT tokens. We have a lot of beautiful, exciting cosplayers on our social media who are receiving tips, and they are coming into the crypto world. And we're very excited about this, bringing them in.
And shifting topics a little bit, this is kind of a question we ask pretty frequently, but it's one of those ones that's one we have to ask, and it comes from a place of our uh, core experience, which is around security and ensuring that everyone involved is protected from a technology perspective. So, how does the Cosplay Token team ensure that all of its users and their assets are secured and protected while using the token? I know you mentioned there's a bug bounty program. Has the smart contract been audited? What are you guys doing to make sure that the app that you're building and the interface of the token is a safe experience for everyone involved?
So we implement the token in the standard ERC20, and the surrounding contracts are mainly Open Zeppelin libraries. And as for the original contracts, it goes to a very careful audit and inspection before actually being released. And I guess that's how we assure the safety of our users and their assets.
And we are using third-party audit firms actually have our contracts audited. So that's a way to ensure our safety of our app as well.
That's great. And Matt, how come you're not in cosplay right now? What's going on?
You don't know that this
Or are you?
Oh, is it cosplay?
You've never read Dragon Ball Z?
No, I haven't. Obviously I've heard of Dragon Ball Z, but to me it looks like a black hoodie. So I've got one of those too. I should put it on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm really gullible, so be careful the jokes you tell me. I'll buy it.
Right. I should have done some painting on my forehead.
Yeah, I should have too, for sure. All right, so the next question I have from our users is I'm gonna read this one verbatim. So, Cosplay Token has a pretty cool lore. Is there some kind of a story behind this? And if not, do you think over time there is potential to release stories and progress of the characters themselves based on the interactions of the community? Can the community influence the development of the characters?
Right. So I want to answer this question. Like Etos said in the beginning, cosplay is kind of like avatars, and we are seeing a lot of metaverses appearing in this crypto universe, and we are really excited in bridging, this avatar and the real world together, because cosplayers are, dress up themselves, and avatars actually dress up themselves in the metaverse. So it's kind of the same thing, but in the metaverse and in the real world. And we at Cosplay Token are planning to have showcases for unique avatars in metaverses. We're going to have plots of land in various metaverses where avatars can come in and show off their costumes, which are basically cosplays. We think that avatars can actually wear even more unique cosplays than actually in the real world. So we're going to have competitions of cosplay avatars in the metaverses as well, and in that way, our community can actually engage by attending these model showcases and actually vote for the best cosplays. Also, this can link to the real world by having users actually have cosplayers dress up as famous NFT characters. And by becoming the best looking cosplayer for this NFT character, they can be given NFTs as prizes. And this should be a very good way to bridge the community, as we are seeing so many fans actually dressing up as their favorite NFT characters on Twitter. And this is a real exciting way for fans to express their love toward the project. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this when we start holding these competitions in the real world and in the metaverse as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also agree that there's so much passion, within the cosplay community that we are very excited to see. And if these people can really gather to do something very productive, innovative, that'll be really cool. And as an operational side, we do really wish to provide this platform either through the app or through other social media where people can really gather to do something innovative.
Oh, I think I'm frozen here for a second. My computer is so slow today, so I apologize to everybody watching. So Matt, I think you kind of stole my thunder on the next question. And it was about NFTs. So I'm going to ask it anyway, because I think you already answered most of it, but just in case there was more that you wanted to cover in regards to NFTs in your ecosystem. The question is, can you tell us about why you felt it was important to include NFTs in your project, and a little bit about the different ways in which users can interact with NFTs in your ecosystem?
Absolutely. So first of all, mainly in the NFT world, you purchase NFTs and you want to sell them off at a higher price. But in our app, you receive NFTs as gifts in return. When you send tips to your favorite cosplayers, you can receive those NFTs as a gift rather than a product. And in our app, that's why NFTs serve as a catalyst, to form relationships between these famous cosplayers and yourself. And it's a different concept, but of course, you can keep those NFTs, which will be rare NFTs by those cosplayers, and sell them off in the future. And as I said before, in these competitions that we're going to hold, users will be gifted the actual NFT that they wore, the cosplay that they wore, because we will go ahead and find it, buy it, and send it as gifts, because that's what the concept of this competition is going to be. So, for example, if I may share my screen, as we see all these cosplayers dressing up as their favorite NFTs. If they rank in as number one, they will be able to win these NFTs, as we're going to try and find them. And that's an exciting aspect of what the competition is going to be like.
The next question I have is around who your target customers are as it relates to the Cosplay Token project. I think I have an idea, but the question is the long-term goal to grow this so everyone in the crypto community can use this, or are you solely focused on servicing the cosplay community?
Great. Of course, we want the entire world to come in, use it, and get excited about the cosplay token. First of all, however, the target customer is mainly cosplayers and their fans. I mean, we have the biggest cosplay social network media in the world called World Cosplay. We have 1 million users from over 180 countries that are coming in using our social platform to showcase their cosplays to the public. And we have cameramen, we have models, we have cosplayers coming in showing it, so that users can actually tip their cosplays. And we see a lot of these tips coming in. And that's why we're going to start off with the cosplay community. But this framework itself can be used for other industries. And their long-term goal is to spread crypto using this framework that we established through the Cosplay Token project. And as we said, you're starting with the real world cosplay, as this is our social media and app that we already released. But in the future, it's going to be used for in the metaverse to actually vote for the best dressed avatar, and give tips to them in the metaverse, which I think is a new exciting aspect that's going to come in for the Cosplay Token.
And as a follow-up to that question, one of our users asked, are there any opportunities for the community members to get involved with your project? And I'm sure there are. I'm looking to contribute to this growth of Cosplay Token as an ambassador and would love to know more about this.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you. We'd love to have you on board as an ambassador. We want these passionate cosplayers to come in as ambassadors, and even better, if you are into cosplay, if you start to feel interested in cosplay through our project, we welcome new cosplayers at any time. It's a very open and kind community. Everybody respects each other. They teach each other how to cosplay. And that's why we feel that this industry is really growing. It has seen a 10% plus growth per year, this industry, in means of market growth. And it's because all these anime characters, all these NFT characters are becoming really popular to the public who hadn't seen anime, who hadn't been really passionate. And we see really new cosplayers come in, just starting with wigs for the first time, and then they start making their own costumes. Anyone who's passionate, we're really happy to have them on board as ambassadors and help us grow our community.
We also had a few questions around how users can earn using your tokens. So can you talk a little bit about the token economics of cosplay, or their staking rewards? What's the utility value of the token itself? And a specific question in addition to that came in from our community, which was, what would be the best options to earn passive income from your platform? Will you have staking and farming options? If not, how can loyal token holders benefit in the long run from holding cosplay?
Absolutely. We do have farming options over DEXs, of course. And since our new service is launching very soon, it'd be great if our users come in and play around and utilize our token, our COT token, which are going to be used to send tips to the cosplayers. And for those who are holding them long term, they are going to be able to uh, have these cosplay tokens appreciate in the long term because of how our tokenomics is structured. When COT tokens are sent as tips, the tipper receives the liquidity token that the cosplay token and, for example, the Ethereum pair sends out. Because when we receive COT tokens as tips, we send the 100% of that amount to the liquidity pool in our DEXs, and we receive liquidity tokens in return. And we send those liquidity tokens to the cosplayers. And that way, they can receive various types of tips through this ecosystem. And that's why we encourage cosplayers and new cosplayers to come in, dress up, and actually utilize your platform to maximize their efforts in receiving returns through our platform. That way, they can receive more tokens and actually enjoy our ecosystem better. Ito, if you have anything to add on this as well.
Yeah, thank you. That was perfect. Yeah, I guess, yeah, like Matt mentioned, there will be a system where there will be liquidity provision at the same time, as well as there will be the appreciation of the token. So the more you engage with the app as a cosplayer or as a tipper, you will be able to really take advantage of this system. So yeah, please join.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, guys. I've got one final question, which is around what you would suggest the best way is for anyone to join the cosplay token community.
Great. I think that our Telegram and Twitter can be shared through this channel. We were just listed on domestically, which is a big deal, as a lot of our members are Japanese. We're going to see a lot of them enjoy this momentum right now in Bittrex as well. So please be excited and see our new updated information in Twitter, Telegram, which can be seen in the links inside this as well.
All right. Is there anything else you guys wanted to mention for our audience about the Cosplay Token, or anything related to the project, or any other announcements, milestones coming up? Or did we cover it all? If we covered it all, great.
Yeah, I think we did. So if you could finally finish it up by sending details about the app that we're going to release.
Yeah, the app will be released, very, very soon. Like I mentioned, it will be a beta version, but the official version will follow soon. So please tune in. This is a very, very exciting project, even from our end. So yeah, just please tune in, and it'll be great if you could join our community as well.
Yeah, I personally love to. So, like I said, the next AMA I do, I might need to dress up. And
Definitely.
And so I want to say thank you, Ito and Matt, for joining today. And I know I had fun with this AMA, and I think we learned a lot about the Cosplay Token. And again, the token's ticker name on Bittrex Global is COT, C-O-T. And if you want to learn more about Cosplay Token, please go to cot.curecos.com. That's cot.curecause.com. So cot.curecause.com.
Yep.
So thank you again to the cosplay team, and have a great day.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.